Coming to you from our California recruitment mission, I'm Evan Mozingo.
And I'm Chris Platte, and this is the REDI Report for May 2019. Hello everyone. As you can tell by the intro, we just got back from our California recruitment mission. This was Evan's first prospect trip, so what did you think of the time out there?
Well, not knowing what to expect, I found the trip to be extremely productive. In just 3 days, we met with 5 companies looking to relocate out of California and with an existing industry as well. And of those 5 companies, 2 of which were aerospace, which as you know is very important to Monroe. One was automotive and 2 others were metalworking. All of which are very legitimate projects. One we'll be meeting with in Paris when we go to the air show there, and another will be visiting Monroe in late June, early July. So overall, a great success on the trip. But what I didn't realize on these trips is that we often visit existing industries when we can.
That's right.
And so we visited decorative specialties. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so what we try to do when we go into a market is go and try to find those existing industries that are headquartered there. And so we want to make sure that we demonstrate to them that we appreciate their investment and their job creation here in our community. And just go there to find out what plans they have in the future, or possibly just continue to develop the relationships deeper into the company, further up the chain and the executive leadership. And so we had a great visit with decorative. And hopefully they'll be coming out as well. And when they do that trip, we'll have an opportunity to see them again here within Union County.
Now, Chris, we can't take full credit for this trip. We did have some help.
Right.
We had a third party sort of setting these meetings up for us, ROI. Was that a good experience?
Yeah, this is the first time that we've actually used ROI to help set this up, or any support mechanism to help do this. And so being that was our first experience with this, it was extremely helpful. They were able to vet these companies, ensure that they had real projects before we went out and did the expense of making a trip. And the trips are not easy. These are one of those things that we left at 4:30 in the morning on Monday, arrived back late at 10:30 on Friday night. So a lot of travel. On bookends, the 3 days of hard work and going all over the LA market. And what people don't realize, I think, too, when you say I'm going to Los Angeles, it's a very large market, and we were going sometimes an hour and a half, 2 hours between meetings. So it was a lot of work, but a lot of pre-work was done into that to make it productive.
Absolutely.
So for us to come out of there with really 4 of the 5 having projects within the next 2 to 3 years. Very, very productive compared to other trips that we've seen.
Now, we could have gone anywhere in the country. Why did we pick LA?
So looking at Los Angeles and the western part of the United States, but specifically LA and the areas around there, it has a really high concentration of aerospace and precision manufacturing, which is right in our wheelhouse again. And so one of those reasons that the first trip using ROI was targeting that rich environment there that matched up for us. Aerospace is one of those things that's growing in the Southeast. We've been a leader of that for almost 15 years now. So with that cluster there needing to have a presence in the Southeast, we wanted to go ahead and make sure that they were aware of us. And then those targets that were kind of looking to come to the Southeast would actually have an opportunity to visit and then hopefully select a location here in Union County.
And while that trip was a great success, we're not done for the year.
No.
We're heading to Paris very soon. What can you tell me?
Yeah, so ROI is helping us again, as well as doing our own due diligence and trips. In the past, we have done a lot of trips to the Paris Air Show as well as the Farnborough Air Show in England. And from that, we have follow-up meetings that we'll conduct at the Paris Air Show, but also ROI is now supplementing and adding to that. Again, doing the vetting, trying to get meetings set up with companies that have real projects in the next 2 to 3 year window that we can start getting that relationship established and getting them to consider our community. So we're looking forward to that. That'll be in June. And then we have another one. So we'll be going again to the West Coast before the end of the summer to help follow up on some of these, but also to hit other markets on the West Coast to help support that manufacturing base, particularly in the metals, as well as aerospace.
Well, as you may have noticed, we missed the April REDI Report. We do apologize for that, but this office, in the 8 months that I've been here, been crazy busy.
Yeah.
In fact, the last board meeting we had, we reported some really impressive numbers coming out of this office as far as investment into the county.
Yeah. Our goal normally is around $60 million a year of new capital investment. That's brick and mortar, machinery and equipment for companies to put in, and a significant number of jobs. This year we've hit $268 million to date with 10 companies expanding. And again, that's 70% of those projects roughly are between the precision manufacturing and the agribusiness, which has come on really strong this year. So between those two segments alone, it's been a substantial investment in our community. Again, 4.5 times our annual goal. Also, another thing is the job creation. If you look at some of the numbers that we're seeing coming out now, we're at 3.6% unemployment. We've had a little over 2,100 jobs added to the civilian labor force since January. Just an enormous one. And during that time frame, lowered our unemployment from 4% to 3.6%. So people are moving here in record numbers, and we're still being able to find opportunities for them to have careers here in the county. So it's been quite a run here in the last 6 to 12 months.
Thank you for joining us for the May installment of the monthly REDI Report. Be sure to check us out next month for another REDI Report. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit that red button below to subscribe, maybe even the bell to keep up with what's going on here in Monroe.
Otherwise, remember the best investments are made between Marvin and Marshville.
Thanks for joining.